Well, hi guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I have my gas tank mount in paint. Not sure that it's going to stay like this. I wanted to have the wrench on the back red and the rest of it silver, and I accomplished that, but because I had to, I couldn't tape it off. Why? Because I'm in too much of a hurry. That's why. So I just used a piece of cardboard cut out to slide over the adjustable wrenches, and I sprayed it. I just finished spraying the red paint, and you can see some of the overspray here, and you can see a little there, and I didn't even bother with the back side because you're not hardly going to see that. But we'll see. If I don't like it when it's all done, then I'll repaint the whole thing silver. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I could still do that now because you can repaint up to 1 hour. It's been 15 minutes. I waited for the silver to tack off first. Now that I think of it, that wouldn't have worked any better. I was just going to say maybe I should have painted the red first and then done the silver afterwards. But anyway, it is what it is. This is the way it would be if you're looking at it on the cart, kind of like that. And you'll notice that I put a notch in my cross piece here. That's because to get the tank to set straight, I had to have it up this close. But then with it sitting up that close, it was going to hit my sediment bowl shutoff valve. So I had to make a modification for that. Whoa! Don't trip over the wood on the floor, George. So that's where we're at. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Well, hi guys and gals. It's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. And have I got an update for you. Of course, you saw me working on the gas tank, and to get far enough back so you could see it, I got to come around behind my benches here. And for my brother who was asking what the taillights were going to look like, I stuck them in place. They're just sitting there. But this will give you an idea what we're going for. She's all mounted up. I'll bring you a closer in look, and yeah, I'm liking it, and I think it sits pretty level. Can't tell for sure with all the stuff that's going on. And let me come around the corner here, do some shaky cam work. You can see how we used the adjustable wrenches. And we have them both bolted in place here, right in the back there. And I had put this cross piece in underneath here and had to relieve it. Actually added a piece to clear my sediment bowl. And I had painted the whole thing silver, and I wanted the two-tone effect, and I'm still going to have to do some more touch-up with a brush, but I did some already. I see I need to touch up a little bit right in here, and a little silver, a little red down in there, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, we got foam rubber down underneath there for it to sit on. So once we have, it's pretty solid now, and that's just got bungee cords on it, you know. And we are still going to use our leather straps like this. And what I'm figuring on doing is, you see that hole right there? I'm figuring I'm going to drill a hole right here and another one right here. And we'll screw that part right on there. And I'll probably put some foam rubber underneath these. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. We'll see once, as they say in Pennsylvania. Let's see, I was going to have that down there. Yep. And then around the back side, what I'm going to do, because I'm going to cut this, obviously, if I'm going to have that short piece, around the back side, I'm probably going to put a loop in it and rivet the pieces together. The loop will come around this part here like that. Oh, nope, that's not how it's going to be. How am I going to do that? I'm probably going to drill a hole here and put an eyelet there, because I have to have this spring loaded, don't you know? And I'm not real happy with the way that sponge rubber is working out there. I actually have 3 layers of it on here, and I need to find something that's thicker that I can make in one piece. You can see the part that where I cut out the main part and added another one on behind it. But I'm going to have a spring on the back here to hold spring tension on those leather belts. And yeah, that'll work. And speaking of the gas line will come through here like this, and then it'll end up going down. I had it all in there before and I took the gas tank off again. Just give you an idea of how it's going to be. It'll go down inside the frame like that, and it'll get extended down through here, and then it'll come, I'll have a little zigzag piece, probably a piece of metal tubing to come through here with a grommet, and then it'll run down inside of our frame, don't you know? And you'll see all of that when I do it anyway. Okay? Alright, so that's that. And our taillights are just, like I said, they're just sitting in place. Once they're wired, then I will actually be super gluing these into the frame, because they sit inside of this and it's not a pressure fit. It just fits in there nicely. And I'll put some super glue on there, and that'll make it a permanent installation, don't you know? So there's that. Now hold on to your hats for the other thing. First off, we have our cover in here for the sprocket. Yee-haw! This is the lid off of something or other, and I'm not sure what the other is. And we covered up our long pieces of threaded rod, which are welded to the deck, with some gas line, natural gas line. And of course we had to split it here for our mount. And this part here was the lid, I think, off of a tea, some kind of a tea cozy strainer or something or other. And I tried to figure out how I was going to get in behind there to screw it in place, because it has a nut that I welded onto this nut. It goes through here. And well, what I did was I epoxied the nut for this little bolt inside of the cover, and then we got this down in there, and I put some Loctite on that thread and Loctite on this thread, and I screwed this in place so it should stay there. And then we got, like I said, 2 pieces of gas line. I left the nut on the bottom on each place so that it actually pretty much covers, not completely, but you can, if you look real close, which nobody will ever be getting down in there that close, you'll see a little bit of weld there. But this covers up the threaded rods, gives it a nice chrome look, and we have foam cushion underneath our battery. I need to twist the battery just a hair. And I have foam cushion underneath our battery hold down, which is a vintage wrench, naturally made to work on square nuts. This one you can actually see the square nut because I welded it from the bottom. This one here, the nut is up inside. This was actually a box wrench on this end, a square box wrench. And so we sandblasted that. I haven't, these are not permanently attached because the battery's going to have to come back off again while I'm doing some wiring. So that takes care of that issue. So we have chrome covers for our chain, one here, another one here, and the last one is up in there. And that takes care of that completely now. So I'm pretty happy about that. Somebody had mentioned quite a while ago, and every time I look at them now, I think the guy was right. I need to take these off and paint them red. Somehow that blue just doesn't do it. You know what I mean? We don't have any other blue on here anywhere. Nope. And of course you already saw our V10 emblem all painted nice and red. And that stands out very nicely, and somebody suggested, and I probably will do it, somebody suggested that I highlight these letters here in red, and I probably will with a little bit of dry brushing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's looking good, and unfortunately this coming week I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to spend out here. You remember I had the oil leak down here. We don't have any oil leak anymore. Dry as a bone. And oh, one thing I didn't show you guys, and I'll wrap this up with this. One thing I didn't show you when I was putting this inside chain in, I have pieces of Teflon on the frame so that when the chain should happen to hit the frame, it'll hit the Teflon first. There's a piece there and another piece down in there, don't you know? Yep. So that'll take care of that. And you can say, George, there's no cotter pin in that. Nope, they don't have to be because it's got Loctite on it. So now I really am done. You know, it won't be too long before we can put the body on. If I were to get my gas line run and ran the wires for my taillights, there would be nothing to keep me from putting the body on. That's what I need to do. I'm going to get my brakes set up, get my gas line run down through the frame, at least if I got it all the way down to the front here. And I do have an electric fuel pump coming for this. If I stand back here, you can see that even the lower drop on the gas tank, see down in there where the sediment bowl is, if I come straight across, it is at the same height or even a little bit higher than the carburetor. So yeah, I'm thinking I really don't have to have the fuel pump, but it's coming, so we'll put it in, and it will probably get mounted on the frame somewhere down underneath, probably down in here somewhere, don't you know? Yeah. Of course, I welded up all the extra holes I had so you don't see them from the outside. And this one is my rear mount for the brake. This one is the front mount for the brake. But it would certainly be easy enough to drill a couple of holes in here somewhere and mount that. Or maybe it would be better if I did it up in here where it wouldn't be so noticeable, you know. It'd be buried by all of this kind of stuff. So you wouldn't be seeing it so right off the bat. Alright, now I'm really done. Thanks for watching, for commenting, and for subscribing. Till next time, bye now.